Oh, this is Mike from Dimensional Walking, and today I want to talk about the possibility that there may be a two-front, we'll call it kind of UFO drone invasion. Now, we all know about the one on the East Coast, okay? And it's still going on. I got a really good live cam on a beach that seems to have gotten quite a bit of activity, and I did witness it for 2 nights, going back a couple nights. But last night, I watched for probably almost an hour on and off, and I couldn't see anything. So I'm thinking maybe it stopped, maybe not. I don't know. I did hear, of course, you all probably heard the same thing I did, that it shut down a small airport in Upper New York State. So apparently there was still activity like last night. Maybe not on the camera that I was watching or have been watching for about 3 nights now. But when I did see them, will tell you that it was pretty impressive. I mean, it's quite obvious. Um, they look very similar to the ones that I've been seeing on some videos. And there was quite a few of them. I think at one point there was probably about six of them on my view. Some of them came close. Some of them seemed to be one ball of light. Now, these are at farther distances, of course, and it actually split apart and then eventually it comes back together again. So I thought that was pretty cool. None of them came over the land or over this particular beach that I saw a live cam on, but they they're actually moving around with a lot of activity going on. And some of them seem to be moving pretty fast. Other ones are just kind of stationary, moving slightly occasionally. So that's what I saw. It's a pretty good. I'll actually put it in the location, the link. Then you guys can also check it out because I think this is one of the better ones. This is where some of the very first um, sightings were in this particular area, and I don't remember the name of the beach, but I will put it on the bottom in the description so you can check it out. Okay. Anyways, so I'm not going to talk much more about the East Coast. Okay. I've already done one video on it. And of course, you can watch the news, you can get all the latest and the greatest. Okay. I'm a little sad that we haven't figured this one out yet. And of course, I've recommended that if this goes on much longer, they're going to have to shoot one down or capture one or whatever, because this is getting pretty ridiculous one way or the other. Maybe it's not aliens, maybe it is some foreign uh, country messing with us, mucking with us, as I say. I don't know. But anyways, we just can't keep on doing this. This is not right. Period. Okay. So, anyways, I want to talk about a recent UFO sighting, just a few days be yeah, a few days ago, basically. I guess it would be like last weekend. Okay, when I'm making this video, I don't know. I'll probably put this out on a Tuesday or something. But bottom line is, this is about two pilots that described seeing a UFO zigging through the sky just west of Eugene, Oregon, which is about 2 hours south of where I am. And according to a recording of a communication between the two pilots and air traffic control, okay, which I believe the air traffic control was out of the Seattle Control Center. Wow. So, although that could actually be out of the Eugene airport there. Okay, in the audio, the air traffic controller told one pilot maneuver around the UFO, which is pretty interesting. I don't know if that means it's just really a big one or what. So, anyways, so Newsweek, where I'm getting some of this information from, asked the FAA to confirm the validity of the recording, and the agency said that a pilot did report seeing unidentified lights. Okay, so the recording megadata and the information about the flights given by the speakers matched the records. Okay, so there's been a matchup, and it seems like this is legit. Okay, so there was a 44-minute recording um, that was, recorded, and I guess that was primarily the conversation between the air traffic controllers and the pilots. And so they were seeing this unidentified red circular lights and objects moving erratically towards the ocean and returning at various altitudes, with one of them saying the objects moved in a corkscrew pattern at high speed. Okay. The air traffic controllers advised one pilot to maneuver as necessary left or right to avoid the UFO out there. Okay. So one of the things in this, I was telling you about this recording, which I tried to grab and see if I could put it on a video or put it on my site, and I can, but it didn't seem to work. So, anyways, apparently there is a website. It's called liveatc.net. I don't know if you're familiar with it. That broadcasts air control transmissions, and there is an archive. Okay, and the timestamp on the particular one we are looking for, and I haven't checked this out yet, but I've used this before and it's really cool. It's December. Again, it's liveatc.net. And the timestamp is December 8th, 2024. And then there's a dash 040 0Z. Okay. I'm pretty sure that's 0Z. Yeah, 0Z, which specifies the date and time according of the recording beginning at 4 a.m. on December the 8th. And it was December the 8th. Yeah. Well, it would be actually December 8th and December 7th in Oregon time, Pacific Standard Time. And also the RUL contained a code KEU, which is the airport for Eugene, the code for Eugene, and ZSE, which is the Seattle Air Route Traffic Control Center. Okay, that is the big control center up in Seattle that controls these smaller airports south of Seattle. So the Newsweek asked the FAA of United Airlines and the liveatc.net if they could verify the recording. So FAA said a pilot reported seeing unidentified lights while flying in the Seattle Air Route Traffic Center control airspace on the 7th of December. So United Airlines actually declined to say anything. Okay. So the first relevant part of the recording starts about 9 minutes and 50 seconds, where if the recording started at 8:30 Pacific Standard Times, that would be about 8:39 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. The pilot introduced himself as a call sign, a United Airlines 1596, was flying from Denver to Eugene. So it was coming in from Denver. And he's questioning the air traffic controller. Is there any military activity out there ahead of us? The pilot asked. The controller replied, 1596, no, we are not seeing anything. I had another report at 30,000 feet in Eugene area. We're not sure what it is. The pilot responded, yeah, there's a lot moving out here. So there's a lot of activity going on, even though the air traffic controller just told us basically there wasn't much of anything going on. Okay. They did see one object, but that was probably a plane or some type of aircraft. Okay. According to the air traffic website, flighttracker24.com, at that time, United Airlines 1596 was flying west towards Eugene over the Willamette National Forest. The pilot continued looking straight west to Eugene. We're seeing 3 or 4 targets. We're at all altitudes. They're at all altitudes, up and down. It's pretty crazy. The controller replied, does it look like it's at your altitude? The pilot replied, there there was some at 30,000 probably. They shot up to probably into the 50s, meaning into the 50,000 range. Um, normal commercial aircraft don't tend to reach 50,000 feet. They're always under 50,000. While it's possible the maximum of it, like an F-22, is into the 50s. That's as far as they'll go also. So this thing sounded like it went beyond what an F-22 could go in. 6 minutes further into the recording at 8:46, another pilot communicates with the controller, identifying himself as Medivac, medical evac aircraft. Is there traffic out there about 2 or 3 o'clock at about, I don't know, 20 or 30 miles? The air traffic controller replies, no. Is that the four different lights going up and down? I'm getting a few reports. Are you seeing in it right in front of you as well? The pilot continues, it's 2 to 3 o'clock from our position. Looks like about 20 miles going in circles. According to the flight tracker24.com, only one other aircraft was within the close vicinity to Eugene at the time. No information about the aircraft is listed on the website except for its model, which is a PC-12NG, which is an aircraft commonly used as an air ambulance. So that was the medevac guy, right? This aircraft, which could potentially be the medevac in the recording, was flying south over Albany, Oregon, north of Eugene at 8:46. The pilot continued, there is one way up high, there is one way up high and one about my altitude. This is the medevac guy now. Um, moving in a circle like a corkscrew pattern. 7 minutes further into the recording at 8:53, the medevac pilot said just had another one show up at 1 o'clock, about 1,000 feet high, zipping towards us and then back out towards the ocean. Red in color, moving at extreme speeds. I just don't know how to describe it. The air traffic controller replied, Roger, you are clear to maneuver as necessary, left or right, to avoid the UFO out there. And all of the reports are giving us a good information. Appreciate it. At this time, according to flight tracker 24.com, the medevac DC-12 was west of Eugene, heading southwest towards uh, Sualaw National Forest. I'm pronouncing it wrong, but it's a Native American name, so sorry. 2 minutes later, at 8:56, the controller asked the pilot if he was trying to film the UFO. He replied, "We're trying right now. It's weird. It's a red circular shape, and it keeps zigging out towards the ocean and then coming back in about 20 miles or closer to us. Then zigs back to the ocean, and he can't see it." Pretty crazy, huh? The controller later gave the pilot his phone number so he could send the footage. I don't know if he sent the footage, but um, so anyways, the this goes on for a while. It's pretty much the same stuff, but there was quite a few of these objects out there. I mean, I'm going to kind of compare it to what I saw on the East Coast from a standpoint. Uh, they weren't doing some of these really exotic patterns or maybe traveling as fast, but there was a lot of them. And I think if you really start counting them up here and looking at what both of them are saying, even though they may be counting the same one twice, there were several of them. Let's put it that way, and they are moving in from the ocean and back out to the ocean. And these are very similar to the drones over there. They kind of go in and out, go over land a little while, then they go back out to the ocean until they're done with whatever they're doing. Okay, so anyways, the bottom line here is my feelings are this. Okay, and I've been doing this for a long time. I think we need to keep on monitoring the West Coast. We know what's happening on the East Coast, basically. Okay. There's a lot of activity. The West Coast is maybe just waking up. So we probably need to keep a really close eye on it and see if there's some relationship between the coasts because these drones slash UFOs, whatever they are on the West Coast, are coming in, going out, coming in, and it's similar in some ways to the East Coast. So, anyways, that's how I got. I hope you find that interesting. I will put some additional information if you want to try to listen to the total recording. I gave you some of the cliff notes on it. Anyways, that's it. This is pretty strange stuff, I have to tell you. So let's keep an eye on it. We'll see you. Bye.